This game preview is brought to you by Manscaped's Premium Ultra Soft Boxer Briefs 2.0, complete with the all-new jewel pouch to protect your stones. Use the promo code SACCITY for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Manscaped, the perfect tools to protect your jewels.
Let's move on to our Thursday night preview between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland is a 4.5-point favorite over the Browns at home with an over-under of just 38 points in this game. That's gross. That's gross. It's absolutely disgusting.
The Cleveland is a 4.5-point favorite over the Browns. That would be amazing. If Cleveland could beat the Browns by 4.5 points, that would be amazing.
They did that last week. Cleveland beat themselves last week, so that's why I said, well, not really why I said that, but 4.5-point favorites over the Steelers, over under 38 points, just 38 points in this game. I believe that's the lowest over under this week between two teams. It is the lowest over under this week. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a dogfight in the dog pound between the Steelers and the Browns. Aaron, what are you looking forward to most in this game?
This is so weird, I'll be honest. I initially thought, okay, now I'm looking at that spread. I'm like, that's a pretty big spread for this game. Can the Steelers stop the run effectively like they did against Joe Mixon week 1? I think that's important. I think once the Steelers stop the run, then they can get that pass rush and that blitz defense get to them. Obviously, you worry about the pass rush because of a TJ Watt. I think they missed him last week against the New England Patriots. But I don't see the explosiveness from the Cleveland Browns on the outside, especially from a Jacoby Brissett-led passing attack, that is really scaring me as if I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler. So I think they'll be able to create some opportunities defensively to allow their offense to kind of at least dictate some of the tempo. Hopefully Mitch Trubisky and them will let it fly a little bit more. But they need to be able to block up Myles Garrett. No Jadeveon Clowney in this game, I don't believe. So that's going to help. This is a weird game, man, because I'm sold on the Steelers one week. Then I'm like, they lost to Mac Jones and the Patriots in the game at home. They should have won. But this week, I'm telling you, I'm back on Pittsburgh. Like I don't think Cleveland's going to beat Pittsburgh.
I think I am. I think I am Switzerland at this point. I am right. I am on the fence. When I give my score prediction and everything, that's going to be the final straw. But I am on the fence between both these teams. I think what it comes down to, and you brought it up, the biggest thing here is the Steelers' ability to stop the rushing attack. We've seen what Nick Chubb has been able to do in the first 2 weeks. He's been absolutely dominant through the first 2 weeks, and the Pittsburgh Steelers have been known to not be able to stop the rush. They were one of the worst rushing attack defenses last season, and this season they have not been much better. And Nick Chubb has been an absolute, no pun intended, dog. Last year when Nick Chubb played the Steelers, though, it seemed like they had the answer, and which was weird because you look at this against everybody else, the Steelers were poopy against the rush, but against Nick Chubb and the Browns, they were much better. But this might be a different Nick Chubb this season as opposed to last season. And it's going, that's what it's going to come down to, I think, is if they can stop Nick Chubb, the Steelers get this win. If they don't, Nick Chubb is going to run all over them. And again, you brought up TJ Watt. The Steelers have yet to win a game without TJ Watt in the lineup since he was drafted. Will it be this week? I don't know. How much do you think Mitch Trubisky is a factor in this game? Do you think the Steelers need to let it fly with Mitch Trubisky? They do that because right now the Steelers offense 30th in the NFL in yards per play with just 4.3. Like, do they need to let Mitch Trubisky let it fly, like let it ride?
I don't know that they haven't. I think it's more about the way he plays. He threw the ball almost 40 times last week, but only for 194 yards. Like it's just not a push the ball down the field style offense. And you would think with the Chase Claypool and Deontay Johnson that you could get some deep shots. Maybe you try that this week on the road on a Thursday night. You try to come out and push the ball down the field a little bit and get that offense moving. But again, you have to have success on the ground. It starts on the ground because it starts to create opportunities to go deep. When you're not running the ball well, defenses aren't scared. So they can just sit back in that too high and say, okay, try to run the football. We can stop you with our front seven, and we don't have to do anything. I think if they can get Najee Harris going, forces the safety to come down to the box. Now you have single high. Now you can send those guys up the seams, send somebody up on the outside, and you can take those deep shots. And I think they have players on the outside that can make those deep shots reap benefits. So if I'm Pittsburgh, I'm letting it loose on offense. You know what I'm saying? You know what? Let's throw caution to the wind. Let's see what Mitch Trubisky can do. Because if not, in theory, if Mitch Trubisky's only going to be there to be, and I know he's not electric or he's not going to be some franchise quarterback, but if he's only going to be this game manager of a quarterback, then why not just move to Kenny Pickett? You know what I mean? Because I think Kenny Pickett is already kind of that game manager quarterback, but let's see if he can be that electrifying future stud. So that's always my thought process. If you have a team that is built on winning with a game manager, so be it. Pittsburgh does have kind of that team, but they don't have enough offensively to get like weapons the ball to create explosive plays. They don't have a Tyreek Hill. They don't have a running back like DeAndre Swift. Like you give Najee the ball 25 times, sure, he can get you 89 yards, fall into the end zone, but he's not going for 180 yards on 15 touches. Like that's not his game. So I think they need explosiveness. And I think if they're just going to game manage, they're going to always be in games that are 17-14, 16-13, 20-17. And they're going to kind of be like this. They're going to lose some, they're going to win some. They're going to lose some, they're going to win some. And right now, without TJ Watt, there's nobody on that defense outside of Minkah Fitzpatrick that's a playmaker like Watt. So, I say why not? Let it loose with Mitchell Trubisky, see what he's got. And if he's going to just be stuck as that game manager, maybe it is time to move to Kenny Pickett.
We got to see Malik Willis for the first time this past week. I think that's what the Tennessee Titans should be doing. That's kind of what.
Well, the Tennessee Titans should be doing that because I'm sorry, despite the inability still to score on Buffalo, did you watch him when he's in the game? Like it's a little more exciting. It's just he's able to move and run, and he fumbled, and there's some throws he wants back. But that, again, first action against the Buffalo Bills is going to be tough. I am dead sold that Malik Willis should be starting for the Tennessee Titans over Ryan Tannehill.
You get no argument from here. Let me see if we can do play a game here before we get into our bets or our predictions here. Nick Chubb stat line for this game. What do you think it's going to be?
19 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown.
Okay. Amari Cooper.
Yeah. 6-5 for 67.
And last but not least, Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt will have 8 carries, 45 yards, 3 or 4 catches for 30-something yards.
All right.
No, not 30. That's too many yards. Like 30 yards. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into the predictions then. Who you got?
I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. On the road. I think Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches at making adjustments and knowing his team and knowing what he wants to do. It's a low-scoring game again. It's been 20, so I'm just going to keep talking because I know you're not hearing me. Okay, now I'm unfrozen. So it was 20-17, 17-14, and I think now it's another low-scoring game. I'm going to say 16-13 Pittsburgh.
Give me the Brownies here. 17-14 Brownies. Kevin Stefanski, 11-3 following a loss in his career with the Browns. Not that matters too much. I know you love laughing at those stats, but I think he makes it 12-3. I don't know. I see a different Browns team this week. I do like Nick Chubb. I think they're still hurt. The Steelers are still hurting without TJ Watt, and they go to 0-7 without TJ Watt. Stefanski goes 12-3 following a loss. Browns 17-14. That's our Thursday night football predictions. Tomorrow, a little fun times for tomorrow. We're going to be having a DFS challenge for the Thursday night football game between myself and Aaron, and maybe we open it up to the public. I know you brought it up last night. This was your idea, but maybe we open it up to the public. Maybe we have our morning show, have the our DFS plays for the Thursday night game with everybody else. We'll see how that goes. But either way, we are going to be picking DFS teams tomorrow for the Thursday night game between the Steelers and the Browns, along with predicting and previewing the AFC games for week 3. So much and more coming up tomorrow live at 10 a.m. Eastern time right here in the city. You are not going to want to miss a single second of it.